Hi dreamers, welcome back. It is Friday again, and man, what a week it has been. It's been 100 plus here every single day. It is absolutely, definitely summer, and because of that, I've had to really think about which makeup products that I'm going to use, because what I started off the week with was kind of disastrous and just melted off my face because it was way too hot outside. So I kind of switched up after day one. So this is what I've been wearing all week except for day one. I did not use a primer this week because I pulled out my Naked Skin One and Done, which does not really play very well with primers. It works so much better when you just put it directly on your skin. I have this in medium. It does have SPF 20 in it. It does say it is broad spectrum, and it does have zinc oxide in it, but this does not break me out. So I was talking about in my Sephora Play box that I thought it was zinc oxide. Let me grab that. I thought it was zinc oxide that broke my face out, but it is not the zinc oxide. It is the other one, the titanium dioxide. That is what breaks my face out. This also has octinoxate. I can't say that. That is way too sciencey for me to pronounce. Anyway, it has sunscreen in it. So it's great for those hot days, the days that we're gonna kind of be outside. My job is not a desk job. It's kind of an out and about, going around talking to people and sitting at my desk a lot of times, but I'm sort of out and about a lot because I am the managing editor. Actually, I'm the only editorial staff of our little city newspaper, so I'm out talking to people all the time. Sunscreen, when it's 100 plus degrees outside, is a good thing to have. But I really like the formula of this. I do use 2 pumps of this to completely cover my face, but this is what it looks like, and it blends in super nice. I will say that the finish is probably about a satin finish. It does kind of have a little hint of a glow to it. It's not completely matte, but that's what it looks like. Actually, it's what I have on my face. So, and I dropped my towel when I went to go grab that sunscreen to look and see what it was that broke me out. But that is the foundation that I've been using. I have found that it does play very well in hot weather. I've only had a couple of problems with my chin and just a little bit right around my nose, and I just take a powder with me, brush a little bit on when I start to get oily. I haven't had any problems with the rest of my face, even though it's been very hot outside. The concealer that I have been using this week is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I have this in medium light. I adore this concealer. It is one of my very top concealers. I think that it does an absolutely fantastic job of covering up my dark circles. It blends in like a dream. It has the nicest paddle applicator. So it's flat on both sides, which means you can do one eye with this side, one eye with the other side. I will continue to repurchase this over and over and over again because I love the finish. I love the feel. It is not melting off my face, which a lot of concealers really do because I tend to have oilier under eyes, and when it's 100 plus degrees outside, it is very difficult for me to keep concealer on my face and not have it melt off. So I've been very thrilled with that, and I was thrilled with it before it became 100 plus degrees outside. So it's just helping me out more and more. I got this in BoxyCharm, which I will post, I think, on Monday, a full review of all the products that came in BoxyCharm. But I've been using this week. It is the Ofra Pressed Powder Oil Control. Perfect for right now. So this is just a white powder. I will say that when I first applied this, I was a little bit heavy-handed, and I put it all over my face, and it definitely lightened up my foundation. So I used a much lighter hand the next day, and I mostly concentrated this in the areas where I am oily. You can see if you go sort of heavy-handed into it and really swatch it, it is definitely white, but it does blend very, very nicely. So a light hand in the areas where I was having the most problems with oil, right around my nose and on my chin, a little bit on my forehead. And I definitely think that it helped control my oil. I just need to remember to be light-handed with it. I really think that I need to get a Sharpie marker or Post-it notes or something and leave little notes to myself on my makeup. Be light-handed, or you know, don't be so scared of this color, or don't forget this one, you really needed to go heavy on it in order to get it to show up. But just kind of write myself little notes. Okay, for contouring and for setting my under eye, I was using my Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is in Dulce de Leche, and I was using this as my bronzer all over and my contour. And of course, I don't do a chiseled contour on a daily basis. I just do a very light brush and just go into, I just do the 3, but it's very light. It's not chiseled at all. In fact, I have a video telling you how I contour. I will try to remember to link that down below in case you want to go see that. And then using this lighter powder to really set my under eye. I did try baking with this because it is a very, you can see if I rub it, it's a very, very powdery formula. So I did try baking with this week. I didn't apply this with my makeup sponge like I normally do my loose powder. I just went ahead and used my brush and dotted it on very, very thick and then brushed it off, and it worked beautifully. It worked just as great as my Airspun powder that I love so much that I get at Walmart. So something new that I found with this particular palette this week. I love this. This is $6 from the drugstore. Well worth every penny. It does have a ton of fallout, but if you can deal with that, it is very much well worth it. For blush this week, I'm looking for where it went. I pulled out this Makeup Revolution palette. This is the Ultra Blush palette in Sugar and Spice. And this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous blush palette. It has pretty much every color that you could ever imagine wanting. It doesn't have really a whole lot of mattes in here. I think really they kind of all have a little bit of shimmer to them, except for this peachy one. It's the only one that really doesn't have shimmer. And of course, these two, I use these two as highlights, not as blushes or as blush toppers, because they are a little bit too glittery. But I have been just absolutely in love with this color this week. They don't have specific names. This does say matte and shimmer, but this one is the one that I have just been gaga over this week. It is such a beautiful blush. When you go light-handed with it and really blend this out, it is such a natural looking blush. It's what I have on my cheeks right now. I will say that with these Makeup Revolution blushes, with the blush palettes, you have to go so light-handed. I mean, just tap your brush in, just barely touch it and tap it off, because otherwise you will get clown cheeks, because these are so pigmented and they are so soft. I think this was $10. Definitely worth every penny if you like these colors. There are a couple of different options, but I got this, I used it a couple of times, I stuck it in my drawer, and I completely forgot about it. But that is the whole purpose of this Shopping My Stash Decluttering series challenge that I'm going through, is to really look and see what is in my drawers that I'm not using. So very excited to have pulled that out this week and absolutely loving it. I'm just gonna, for my highlight this week, I've been using something else that I got in BoxyCharm, and that is this Mineral Face and Body Shimmer by Diamond Kiss. Or the color is Diamond Kiss. It's by Cougar, and it is this gold shimmery bronzer. It's one of those ones that has the little holes in there. I'm not going to tilt it too much, but it is a very pretty gold color. It looks like, when you look at it in the pot, like it's going to be just, you know, shiny and sort of a really out there highlighter. But what I found is it gives you sort of a nice subtle golden glow, and I've really actually liked it. I did try this sort of on my collarbone area as well, and with my skin tone, which is kind of strange. I have neutral undertones, but I do tend to be a little bit more on the, you know, yellow side as far as skin tone goes. I really didn't like it as a body shimmer. I think that it looked a little unnatural, but as a cheekbone highlight, really enjoying it. Okay, what's next? Let's talk about eyes. For eyes this week, I pulled out a palette that I was dying to get. I finally purchased. I used a couple of times and then I stuck it off to the side and kind of forgot about it. And that is the Tartelette In Bloom palette. I do have the other Tarte palette, and that will be coming up soon, just the regular Tartelette palette. So that will be coming up in the Declutter series soon. But this is what it looks like. It's just very warm, very pretty, and that may be why I stuck it to the side, because it is very warm. But I have, let's see, I have been using Flower Child right here as my all over base. I have been using, let's see, Smarty Pants and Sweetheart as transition colors. Absolutely loving those. I love Rocker right here and Firecracker. These are absolutely just gorgeous, gorgeous all over lid shades. Kind of a nice gold and a nice pewter there. Let me show you the Smarty Pants and the Sweetheart, which I've been using for my transition shades. This is Smarty Pants and this is Sweetheart. This is a much more subtle transition shade. This is a nice pinkier transition shade. I've been using Funny Girl, which is this beautiful, beautiful shimmer in my inner corner, which you can see is a bit more of a subtle highlight. My only real complaint about this palette is that with these two, actually with all three of the shimmery shades, when you put them all over your lid, they're not getting all over my face, but what they are doing is they're getting in those darker matte colors that I've been using in the outer corner. I'll show you Smoke Show, Activist, and Leader. I'll show you what those look like. So this is Smoke Show, Activist, and Leader. So you've got a kind of really dark navy, a super dark, I guess that's not really a navy. It's really kind of a deep gray, but when I look at the swatch, I almost think it looks navy, and then this really, really deep brown, and then this deep, deep burgundy. The darker colors are a little bit more difficult to blend, but they do still blend nicely. You just go very light-handed, and you know, you can see when I wipe these off, these come off pretty good. These are not so much. They have a lot of staying power. They have a lot of pigment. So just go light-handed, build it up, and you'll be able to blend them very easily. But what I was saying is when you use these shimmery colors all over your lid with these dark matte colors in the outer corner or into your crease, what I found is that throughout the day that glitter transfers over onto that matte color, and by the end of the day that matte color looks glittery. That's my only complaint really with this particular palette. I wish there was a little bit more pop of color, because I do like that little pop of color, but these sort of pinky colors right here give me a little bit to work with. So I really do like this. It's definitely not going to be like an everyday palette for me, because it's just not the shades that I'm going to tend to wear or want to wear for an everyday, but I really did enjoy using it this week. I will continue to enjoy it. It will be staying in my collection. For the rest of eyes this week, I've been trying to use up, and I went back to it this week because it was just in my drawer and I hadn't pulled a new one out. The Too Faced Black Beauty. There's not a whole lot of it left, but I really like this as for my upper tight lining. Doesn't stay in my waterline at all, stays in my lower lash line. Great, but I've been using that this week. Another BoxyCharm product. This is the Girlactic Precise Eyeliner Marker. It is definitely a marker tip instead of a felt tip, but I really like the line that it gives you. Very dark, very precise. So thoroughly enjoying that. I will do a more thorough review on these BoxyCharm products in my BoxyCharm review on Monday. For lashes, I've been working on my Buxom Big and Bushy, which is no longer available, which makes me very sad because I absolutely love that mascara. All of these products, of course, are what I have on right now, and just absolutely loving it. For my eyelid primer, I've been using the Balm's Put a Lid on It still. I really like it. It's definitely not a favorite, not one that I'm gonna run out and buy. I like the Wet n Wild one better, but I am enjoying using that. And I didn't change up my brow product this week. I'm still using that Bodyography Essential Brow Trio, and I use the two darker colors in here to do my brows. I use the darkest color for sort of just that very lower line, and then darkening up that outer, and then I use the lighter color on the very inside and to fill in closer to my brows. So that is definitely one of my favorite brow products ever. For lipstick this week, there are two different ones that I was wearing, both of which kind of got stuck in my little display thing back here, and I just forgot to use them. The one I have on is Too Faced Naked Dolly, and I kind of am afraid of this color, and I don't know why. I put it on and I think, oh my gosh, that looks too light, because I think on me, when I swatch it right here, I think that it looks very, very pink. When I put it on my lips, I think it looks very, very nude, almost too nude. But then I get compliments on it. Oh, I really like your lipstick. I think that looks great. I love the formula of these. This is one of the, does it say? I don't know. I've had this for a couple of years. I really enjoy it. I need to use it more during the summer because I think that color looks better on me when I have a little bit more color to my face. So you'll probably see that some more this summer. It doesn't last but maybe an hour, but hey. I think it's just during the course of this video, it's already wearing off. The other lipstick that I've been using is something I got on Look by Tarina Tarantino. And I bought this because, oh, what is her name? Miss Lola Lynn had gotten this, and I had seen her talk about it, and so the next time it came up on Look, I ordered this. This is Tarina Tarantino's Watermelon Wow, and I just love this color. It is such a wonderful, fantastic summer color, and I mean, can you get over this packaging? It is so stinking cute, but such a lovely, lovely color. Again, just a very creamy lipstick. This one lasts a little bit longer than the Too Faced. It lasts maybe 2 hours if you're not eating and drinking. For both of these, if you start eating and drinking, you could just forget it, they're gone. If you start talking a lot, you can just forget it, they're gone. But that is everything that I have really been focused on this week. I am going to, tonight, usually what I do after I film these videos is I put all of this stuff away and grab new stuff, but tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm actually going to pull out everything that I have from each of these product categories and really do an evaluation, because my kids are at Grammys tonight, so I am all by myself with nothing to do, so I might as well, because I really need to get even further down to the bottom of my stash and get some decluttering done, because I got rid of nothing this week. Nothing at all. So the decluttering is not going so successfully this week. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do this video every Friday and tell you about all the products that I have been testing out or wearing over the week. And right now I'm working on this decluttering series. So if you subscribe, you can watch these every single Friday. Otherwise, I will see you on social media or in my next video. Bye.